I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the Barricade Rear Fenders fitting all 1997 to 2006 TJs. Now, there is a front version of these flares available, however, they require you to cut up your factory fenders, while these ones are bolt-on. Now, there are really two schools of thought when it comes to metal fender flares like these ones, and those are that a metal flare will hold up a lot better to making contact with off-road obstacles, so it's better to have a metal flare than a plastic one which would otherwise bend or break. While the other side says that a plastic flare, while it may bend or break, won't transfer a hard impact from the metal flare into the body of the Jeep, causing a much more expensive repair. So it really depends on which school of thought you subscribe to. If you're looking for a set of metal tubular flares, these Barricade ones are going to be less expensive than some of the other ones on the market, and in my opinion, they look pretty good. A flare like this will increase your up travel a little bit on your Jeep. However, on a TJ, the up travel isn't as much limited by the fender flare itself as by the actual metal wheel arch. So these will definitely give you that more hardcore off-road look. They'll provide a very solid flare like we talked about versus a plastic flare. And if that's what you're looking for, and also to save a little bit of money over the top brands, I would recommend taking a look at these flares. These flares are made from 3/16 inch steel plate and 2-inch diameter 0.12 inch wall thickness tube steel. They're covered in a textured black powder coat finish that will help to resist rust and corrosion, and it also looks really good with your aftermarket Jeep parts and OE black plastic accents. These will provide about 3 inches of tire coverage, so depending on the width of your tire and the back spacing of your wheels, these may not be legal in your area, so that's something to check out. These are really designed more for off-road use. These flares are designed to be completely bolt-on, which makes installation easy, and they include all of the hardware necessary to get them installed. Like I said, these are designed to be completely bolt-on, so installation is pretty easy. The first step in getting these bolted up is to unbolt and remove your factory plastic fender flares. They're held on with bolts that go through the plastic flare into a nutsert that's in the body of the Jeep. Now, unfortunately, sometimes, depending on how rusty your Jeep is, those nutserts can want to spin, and you can get to the back of some of them to hold on to them with a pair of pliers, but other ones you can't get to the back of. So I would definitely recommend spraying them with a good penetrating oil before you get started. Once you have all those bolts removed and your factory flares are off, you can go to bolting these ones in their place. All you have to do is hold them up and use the included hardware to get them attached to the Jeep. The whole installation process shouldn't take you more than about 2 hours, and you won't need any specialty tools, just a socket set. There are a few different metal fender flare options out there on the market, and this is going to be one of the less expensive ones. And while maybe the welds aren't quite as clean or the finish might not be quite as perfect as some of those others, if you're somebody who takes your Jeep off-road and you expect to be rubbing these on off-road obstacles, I think these are a really nice option. If you're going to be staying on the road and you're really doing this just for the look, maybe you take a look at one of the more expensive metal flare options. So whether you're looking to add some additional clearance, you want that aggressive off-road open wheel well look, or you're looking to match your front metal fender flares from Barricade, this is an option that's going to be less expensive than some of the other ones on the market and fits and looks really good. So that's my review of the Barricade Rear Fenders fitting all 1997 to 2006 TJs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.